Hey guys, Tails Turam here. We're back with another session of the Mage game with Mord. If you'd like to say hi,
Yo.
Mord.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Me llamo Esmord.
Mm, I don't know what you said. Anyways, so yeah, we're back today with Mord, and we're gonna be doing a session continuing where we left off, which I will get into in a second. There we go. So, anything before we start, Mord?
Last thing I remember was I was in
No,
the boat.
I'm doing that. I know.
Oh,
I'm asking, is there anything
okay.
else? All right.
Uh, nah. You're good to go.
All right. So, last time we left off, Volk, whatever the fuck you named your character, stupid ass fucking
Volcan.
name, um, had finished dealing with the kidnapped individuals. He had rescued them alongside his allies for the time being, whatever the tiefling's name was, and the rogue. After rescuing them, the temple and area started to fall apart as strange ethereal hands started to reach out of the ground and kill a bunch of people. Riding upon the dragon they had befriended, they attempted to make their way out before the dragon was killed itself, and one of the rogue decided to drink a bunch of dragon's blood and eventually, after a bit of time, managed to insert his own soul into the dragon's body. After this, the party, as well as the survivors, made their way and finished the trek to the port town of Samaka, wherein they split ways. Uh, Suriander. Suri left Mr. V here after they got back to his boats and they parted ways. V then in the port town of Samaka, which was an amazement to him because there was so much magic being used in the town compared to like relatively normal means in other towns, decided to look for some information about this at the fuck is the name of the place? Hold on. It's the port town. I can't fucking find it. At not the palace, the cathedral or whatever it's fucking called, the Cathedral of the Deep, we'll call it for right now. In the port town of Samaka. Heading there, he talked to we'll call them the High Priestess because I can't be bothered to remember the shit right now. I don't have that page up, it seems. And after speaking to them, was told of two mages in town that may be able to help them with their questions. One he completely ignored, and the other named Sorceress Celine, which he decided, that sounds interesting, let's go meet them, and was told to follow the iridescent path uh, on the northern cliff face, I believe it was. I made some changes, by the way, just for anybody wondering. It's the northern cliff face, not the beach, because I was looking at it, I'm like, that's wrong. Um, Yeah, and then after leaving that area and going to the outskirts of the city to sleep for a bit, they decided to instead go down and investigate this head that they had of the mummy that was still alive. And after doing some shit with it and eventually feeding it some blood, it became the full mummy once more. And after some runes activated, they decided to place their hands on the strange runes, and lo and behold, the mummy started to speak with them. And that is where we left off after they called them Master. So let me go ahead and get the music started, and then we can start off fresh. Damn, come on, Discord. What are you doing? Discord, come on, there we are. Copy. Slash play. Input. Paste. Alright, so Mord. Big V. As the winds and the magical burst happen within this room, your eyes open and the word Master is really all you hear. There was another few parts of the term, I can't remember, but I believe it was nice to meet you, Master. And as you stand there, you see the mummy completely nude because it doesn't have any of its bandages due
Yep.
to you fucking destroying its body. But it seems less, should I say, sallow. It seems a bit better off. Its ashy skin is still ashy, but it seems to have less gaunt features. Well, it still has gaunt features, but it seems like it could be passable for a woman, though just barely with the right like makeup and clothing options. Because it's still very obvious that their skin is very different and like patchy and ashy and looks almost like clay that's been mended together and dried heavily to a dust. Um, so they very obviously stand out, especially with them being like 9 feet tall. Um, but with the right procedures, you could probably like just looking at this individual make them look common enough. But anyways, you hear this phrase as this creature stares down at you.
I'm going to blink my eyes a bit, try and get the sleep out of it, and say, uh, "Good, good morning, or afternoon. Um, I don't know what time of day it is. Can I look up towards like one of the windows in the
No
I guess the
windows
Doom
here. This is
store?
in the under. This is
Oh,
in the underside. Yeah, this is Sand Strider.
Sand Strider. I'm still in
Sorry,
there, correct?
Sand Glider.
Sand Glider. I'm still in there, correct?
Yes.
Can I try and like open up the hatch to see what time of day it is?
Well, it's a staircase that goes up to the back cabin, and then there's a door out.
All right. I'm gonna turn to her and say, I, 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 I think we need to have a number of conversations or a conversation at the minimum. But I'm just gonna check to see what time of day it is, because I have no idea how long I was sleeping.
She
Give me.
smiles a bit and just like is smirking and like looking down at you as you begin to rush away.
I crack open the door. I'm like, okay, what does it look like outside?
At this point, you had slept before, right? Or did you say you were going to and then you just did the mummy shit? I can't recall.
No, I just went straight to
Okay.
the mummy
You
shit, and
said
then I was
after
gonna.
this I probably would sleep, so that's fine. As you look out,
Yeah.
it's starting to get towards late afternoon. You can see the oranges starting to gather in the sky around like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You'd say. You know, you have about 2 hours left until like the sun officially sets.
Okay. Okay. So not a dream. I'm gonna close the door back. Look at my hands. Try and grab my book.
Okay.
Open it.
As you look at your hands, upon your right hand, you could see this very detailed, intricate rune that seems to almost tattoo up your fingers down all the way to your elbow, and it seems to follow your it seems to follow the strange lines in your arm. And as you look towards the central of the back of your right hand, you can see that scarab design of Dracia imprinted onto it. In the runes pattern, not the rune pattern, the pattern upon your arm does go all the way around to the back of your hand, well, front of your hand, technically the palm as well. It seems to be very like straight lines that then go at and angle them back up and then angle them back up, almost like a grid pattern or an electrical like mainframe of sorts. And as you're looking at it, it glows green and it seems to fade in and out and fade in and out.
Okay, that's new. So it looks like a tattoo, correct?
It look make me an Arcana check
Okay.
because it looks
Uh,
like a tattoo, but it glows.
so 3 plus proficiency, so that'd be what? +5. Okay. Rolls, rolls, rolls. Roll 1d20 +5. Ooh, hold on. Dirty 20.
You know what this is. This is very obviously a control seal. What a control seal is, it's an arcane kind of binding of individuals of relative power. Like it basically usually costs a ritual to do. It binds individuals through an arcane ritual that has one as the master of the ritual and one as the servant, you could say.
Okay.
It basically binds you to them in a ritual, and the person would be considered your servant, who does not have the well. You're not sure about that because you haven't really done this before, but you do know that this is a ritual that shows servitude and mastership of two individuals, or even more. Some cults use it, strangely enough. Um,
Oh.
yeah.
I'm,
Also, another Arcana
huh?
thing, just because of that 20, you see that it
Hell yeah.
follows, because you know about this, because your character Wood, you're an arcane man. In my game, every creature has like an ethereal version of themselves inside like a nervous system that is just straight for delivering mana through the body, called the mana systems. And it seems that these patterns follow your mana systems. Uh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and you would know the ritual does do that, yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna take my hand, kind of my.
Like
I'm hold the hand with the.
as you hold your hand up and look, you can see like faint bits of almost like embers, but like green magic just very faintly drift off of it and disappear in space as it just stays there on your hand, glowing every so often, pulsing, going in and out, dimming.
Um. I guess this might. I have a few questions. Would my character know of like a limit of how many you can have, and if so, what that might be?
Make me a history check.
History, so intelligence. I think I'm proficient in that. Let me just double check. No, investigation and arcana. Those are my. Okay, so that'd be a +3 then. 21.
You know that in history, um, very few people can hold more than about like. There's been stories and whatnot, legends of people holding 3 to 5 different master servant kind of. What did I fucking just call it? I called
Seals.
the seal. Yeah, the seal of the seal of what again? I'm sorry, I'm like really tired. I can't remember it.
No, no, seal of control.
Yeah,
Or
seal of control. Well, seal of it would be seal of like control. I'll just call it seal of control for now. It's a seal of yeah, it would be a seal of control. That's right. Uh, People can hold up to 3 seal of controls. It seems there are legends of people holding 5 or more, but it seems most people have a. Those who have tried to hold more powerful ones or more than one usually seem to have their arcane channels, their mana systems burn away and they disintegrate. Um,
oh
there
shit.
are
Okay.
also different ways to hold seals and controls using certain mediums. One such story would be one story that comes to mind would be Cerelius Ilaria, first king of Durath, also known as the sorcerer of the Seven Stones, who forced a ritual of control over many different uh, false deities and creatures of insane power and forced them into several gemstones to gain a lot of power.
Badass. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Well, that's just how the story goes. And then the rest of the story goes, he became corrupted and started doing evil things, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take my hand, the one with the inscriptions on. I guess I'm calling them the tattoo. My non-marked hand. I'm going to rub my thumb in the palm, see if I can try and smudge it, seeing that it's not being smudged. I'm like, oh, this is real. Okay. Okay.
As you're like looking at this and doing this, you see like a shadow come over your arm, and you just turn around very quickly, and the woman, the mummy, is just staring at you from above.
Hi. Oh, jeez. Okay. Could I'm sorry. This is very new and overwhelming for me. I'm going and oh yeah, she's
She
still
she
nude. Oh shit.
grabs your arm and pulls it up and looks at it, like she's
Ah.
holding you up and just looking at the seal.
Uh, yeah. This is new for me too.
She drops you back to the
I.
ground.
Oh. Okay. Just okay.
So,
Let me collect my thoughts.
what
Uh,
are your commands, master?
Um, First off, let's get you some clothing, something to cover yourself up. I'm trying to keep my eyes on her face at all times, and even if I started backing away, I'm tilting my head up just slightly so I'm not seeing anything below as much
She's
as I can.
she's just staring directly at you, like into your eyes.
All right.
As she like staring at you, your mind is starting to race a bit, and you're like, all right, what does this seal do? What do I remember of it? Because I forgot some information. Looking at the seal, you can give one of your, I'm not gonna call them slaves, but one of your servants, we'll call them, the servant that it is connected to. You can use it once per long. Of course, now I'm getting a fucking knock on my door. Once per long rest to give them a command that they cannot ignore.
Fair enough.
We'll see what they want. I'll be back in a second. Continue.
Well, this is very interesting. It might be fun to try and make more, but I want to see what her capabilities are and then how I can try and use them
I
to.
gotta go do something for a minute, so I'm gonna stop the recording and then we'll pick back up after that, because apparently my parents now want to speak with me.
No rush. I'll watch some YouTube and hit me up
Okay,
whenever.
see ya.